Now let me take the time to demonstrate the various sealants within our injection gun. One thing I do want to point out before I start is our gun, coupled with our sealants, has the capability of holding up to 2,000 pounds of pressure back. This is a safety feature. Should one of your technicians accidentally forget to close one of their injection valves before putting more sealant in, they will still be safe. For things of low pressure, we let you know that there is no real need to close the injection valve. You can continuously pump the sealant. But for safety, always close the injection valve just in case. Let us begin. As before, I would like to demonstrate our Teflon. If you notice in the previous segment, I told you our Teflon is very rigid, very durable, and very dense. It's not cut or shredded like most Teflons are. That easy. Put it in and start to pump. Another thing I want to take and discuss about our sealants in our gun. It has a lot more power than what you used to. Once I start getting pressure, I will demonstrate exactly what I mean. With most guns, as you can see, I'm using one finger to pump this. Most guns do not have this kind of power. You're sitting there really pumping it. Our sealants are very dense, so therefore we use a more powerful ram than what you may be used to. As you can see, as the Teflon comes out, it is not flaking or moving off. This is a very key topic. Mainlining in our industry is a very big safety factor, and clients of all kinds do not like any products within their product stream. Our Teflon does not break, and as you can see before, it's very durable and steady. It'll hold 10 pounds or more. You cannot pull it, and it will not break. This will help you do more for perimeter seals and things of that nature, and if you have to use a void fill, you do not have to worry about mainlining the system. So there you go. That's about 1 stick's worth of sealant. Now if you notice, I didn't have to pump as many times as you're normally used to. The reason for this is the piston is a lot larger, 10 times larger than what you're normally used to. This allows for maximum hydraulic flow per revolution or per pump. So, ready to come off? You see the ram comes back clean, no sealant into your cylinder or into your hydraulic fluid pump. Now, at this time, as I said before, it's not going to break or come off. An injection valve, as you close it, will cut this. But because we don't have an injection valve on this, I'm going to have to cut it manually. So 1 second, please. Again, very durable, very strong, not having to mainline. With all Teflons, our Teflon's too cryogenic up to 500 degrees temperature and is good for just about any kind of compound or product. As before, the next I want to highlight is our B8, which is our valve pack. Very dense and graphite based. Very easy to load, as before. want to take and demonstrate another key highlight of our valve pack. You notice it's not breaking or flaking off. I'm sitting here bending it and it's not breaking. On most valve packs, like the Teflon, it comes shredded, and you have to take and sit there and condense it and pre-pack it yourself and load it into the gun. With our sealants, this is not necessary. You can break it off at any time, and it forms back up very easily. If you should waste any, you can break it up again, pick up any waste off the ground, and there you go. You can take and see the fibers that are in it. As you can see, I've been handling these sealants quite a bit, and my hands are still relatively clean. Next I want to highlight is our 18, our universal, our rubber based. You notice there's a little bit of Teflon and a little bit of B8 still on this. Not to worry, all of our sealants are compatible with each other. You can mix them, use one for void, one for perimeter. If you start with one and you can't close a gap, or if it's still continuing to extrude, you can switch to another one and not have to worry about the chemical compatibility. Now, with our rubber, it is not as strong as the Teflon. You can break it apart. Some of the highlights of this, however, is it does have carbon fiber and small wire mesh in it that helps with the bridgeability. Our rubber sets up and is thermal, expansion, and memory elastic. It sets up for temperature, and with any time of temperature change, it will expand and reduce with the temperature. Unlike other sealants that are thermal setting, that set up hard, ours sets up like a rubber and still flexible and pliable. It has a 10% reduction. What I mean by that is, should a unit temperature drop, come offline, or totally lose all power, it's fine. Our sealants only lose 10%. And as the temperature and the unit come back on, it'll expand back to that 10%, to the memory of the clamp or enclosure. This will happen many, many times, allowing you not to have to go back and repump. Again, saving both you and your customer time and money.